Hey guys, Metal Driver here, back with another AEW Unrivaled review. Today I'll be looking at Series 6, Chris Jericho. On the side of the box you see an image of Jericho, then on the back you see another image of Jericho, the event, date, and place in which this image was taken, and the rest of the figures that are in this wave. Alright, now that we have looked at the box, let's go ahead and open this figure up and take a closer look at Chris Jericho. Alright, and here is Le Champion, Chris Jericho, out of the packaging. But before we take a look at the figure, let's go ahead and look at the accessories that he comes with. So he comes with the AEW World Championship belt. So we have received this belt a few times now. However, this one appears to be exactly like the Series 5 belt that came with Jon Moxley, which I have right here. Now the reason why I'm noting the Series 5 version of the belt is because this one, including the new one, lacks the same detail as one of the previous belts, which is Series 2. Jon Moxley's belt. So looking at the top belt from Series 2, as opposed to the Series 6, which is pretty much the same as Series 5, it doesn't have that white background behind the AEW logo in this middle diamond here. Now I don't have the belt that comes with the little bit of the bubbly ringside exclusive pack, so I don't know how that belt is detailed, but it is worth noting that the newer belts lack the same detail as the previous one, which is a bit disappointing. Would be nice if it had that same detail, but it is still a good looking belt. Then the other accessory that he comes with is his scarf right here, which has the Le Champion pattern all around. So this is nice that we have his scarf, which he wears quite frequently. Now in case you're wondering, this is removable. Just need to pop the head off, which shouldn't be too difficult. So if for whatever reason you don't want him displayed with the scarf, you can take it off. Now I didn't push the head all the way down, so that's why it looks a little bit funny right now. Then taking a look at the head sculpt, this is brand new. So the expression on Jericho is this screaming face, this open mouth expression, which I really like. I think Jazzwares did a great job with this head scan. The paint looks good on the mouth, the teeth, and the beard. The eyes look good, so do the eyebrows. The hair is sculpted really well. I like how this looks. Just a solid color molded in the plastic, so it does not appear to have any kind of shadowing whatsoever. But it is still a really good piece. I like this. Then looking at the upper body, this does appear to be the exact same body on the Series 1 Chris Jericho. Biggest difference is that this has the updated skin tone. Now I know they released a version 1B with that updated skin tone, and I was planning on buying that, but then they announced Series 6 with the new Jericho, so I figured I'd buy this one instead, and I'm glad I did instead of rebuying the same figure. So I like how this has that new skin tone. The tattoo on his left arm looks good, or I should say the tattoos. So these are all well designed, good paintwork, doesn't seem to be any bad paint jobs, no mispaint, no sloppiness, nothing major. He has his Fozzy tattoo on his hand right here. This tattoo here on his forearm looks really good as well. Then taking a look at the lower body. So not a whole lot of detail, it's just black pants with these yellow designs around here. Paint looks pretty good, no major sloppiness or mispaint. Same thing on the legs here. Nothing on the back, just some solid black. Then he's got the same boots as the original version of Chris Jericho. Going over the articulation, the head is on a ball joint and a hinge, so it does not look that high up due to the back of the hair. He can look slightly down, but that is due to the bandana. So I'm sure if this was removed, he would look down a little bit further. His head can turn side to side, and it can slightly tilt. Shoulder has a hinge, allows it to go that high up. Can rotate all the way around. There is a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, swivel and hinge at the wrist. He has a ball joint at the upper diaphragm, which allows him to crunch that far forward, go that far back. He can turn side to side a little bit and pivot and tilt very slightly. There's a ball joint at the waist, which allows him to, well, he's supposed to turn side to side, but this one's pretty tight on mine. He can crunch that far forward and go that far back. Ball joints at the hips, which allow the legs to go that far out, that high up. There's a thigh cut. Double jointed knees. It is hindered a bit by this knee pad. There's a cut at the top of the boot, which allows for slight rotation. Ankle has a hinge, which allows it to go that high up, that far down. And he has some decent ankle pivot. Alright, and here's the new Series 6 Chris Jericho next to Series 1 Chris Jericho. And it is worth noting that the new Chris Jericho's tattoo on his arm looks more detailed than the previous one. And then here's Series 6 Chris Jericho with Series 1 Jericho's entrance gear, just in case you were wondering how that looks. Here's Jericho next to Series 2 MJF, Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, Jon Moxley, Orange Cassidy, and the rest of the Inner Circle. Alright, so what are my final thoughts on the new Series 6 Chris Jericho? I think it's a pretty solid figure. I know many collectors weren't really excited about the re-released figures in this wave. Me personally, I really don't mind so long as it's an upgrade from the previous one, and I do think that this Jericho is an upgrade from Series 1. Not only does he have the updated skin tone, but I think the head sculpt is much better than the first one. He comes with the AEW Championship belt. I do like the bandana that he has around the neck. I like how it's removable. And overall, it's a pretty solid figure. It would have been nice if he had some interchangeable hands or a few more accessories like a baseball bat. But aside from that, I think it's a really good figure. And personally, I do think it is better than the first one. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and like this video and subscribe. If you want to have a chance to get shouted out in the next video, then leave a comment down below, like Isaiah Dove did in the previous Jake Hager review, stating he really wished that Jazzwares would have given Jake blonde hair. And yeah, I agree. I think the red hair was a weird mistake on Jazzwares' part. Don't forget to follow me on social media so you can keep up to date with all my wrestling figure photography, and I'll see you next time.